Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me in my studies today. I read a book a week and externalize my studies by sharing the passages that are most prominent to me, as well as my contemplations about the focus topics covered in the books. This week, I'm reading from The Wisdom of Compassion by the Dalai Lama and Victor Chan. Today's readings have me thinking about disagreement, variety, interaction and exchange with individuals who think differently than I do, than you do. What happens in your mind when you hear an opinion, a statement, a belief that you disagree with? What happens in your body, in your physiology? Do you notice any changes in your muscle tension, in your breath, in the way that your diaphragm and your heart rate are interacting with your neurology? And then what's next? What follows having these sensations? Do you want to exit the situation? Do you want to speak your mind? Do you want to change the mind of the individual that you disagree with? Have you ever experienced the conditions that would allow for it to be fascinating, incredibly intriguing to encounter diversity, variety in opinions and beliefs? What made it so? What internal and external conditions allowed for the safety and sincerity to experience a variety of opinions differing from your own as interesting, as intriguing? If you were to register it as interesting and intriguing, what would follow? What would you do next? Would you ask more questions of the individual that you disagree with? Would you try to pave the path toward the destination from which they're speaking, such that you could try to understand them? Could everyone be understood if we were to pave those paths? If we were to create the conditions under which we were interested in paving the paths toward understanding every individual? What opportunity could that open? What would follow? Without further ado, let's move to today's readings. Enjoy.
Page 68. Differences of opinion, differences of interest, always there, the Dalai Lama said. Even with myself, morning one idea, evening another idea. These two ideas may be contradictory. As long as human beings remain on this planet, some kind of conflict always there. Everybody wants happy life, safe life. Violence is opposite of that. Violence cannot solve the problem. Once violence, then counter-violence. No end. Page 101. As soon as we leave our mother's womb, the feeling of intimacy is key to survival and to the proper development of our life. Immediately after birth, the young child is like small animal. By nature, by biology, the child senses his survival depends entirely on affection. So the child seeks immediately connection with the mother. I think mother's milk is a symbol of compassion. It is not created by religion or by education, but by nature. Without compassion, we can't survive. Page 102. Adding education to my biological seed of compassion, I see more clearly the value of compassion. And after some time, my compassion becoming less biased. It is not dependent on others' attitude. It comes not merely from biology, but through education, through training of mind. Use intelligence. I understand the value of compassion. I realize the harmfulness of anger, hatred. Use education to train your mind. With practice, my own experience deepen. More unbiased compassion brings me inner peace. Result? Better physical health. Page 103. Unbiased compassion, however, is based on the realization that others, even our enemies, have the right to be happy and avoid suffering, just as much as we do. This compassion extends to everyone. This will be the concluding passage for our readings today on page 111, and it's a quote by Archbishop Desmond Tutu. You have to remember that religion is of itself neither good nor bad. Christianity has produced the Ku Klux Klan. Christianity has produced those who kill doctors that perform abortions. Religion is a morally neutral thing. It is what you do with it. It's like a knife. A knife is good when you use it for cutting up bread for sandwiches. A knife is bad when you stick it in somebody's gut. Religion is good when it produces a Dalai Lama, a Mother Teresa, a Martin Luther King.